Elon Musk has contracts with the federal government. But he is also, I think, doing an effective job.
Conflict of interest! Show me!
There are a lot of people who don't want to see waste, abuse, and fraud weeded out. Some of them here today.
I don't want him in charge of it.
Doge's website, as of when I'm recording this, I have to say that because things get updated so quickly that they could have changed by the time these videos get published. But as of this moment, Doge's website has reported $55 billion in savings from cutting government jobs, weeding out corruption, canceling leases, etc., etc. And it's no surprise, it'll come as a surprise to just about no one, that most of the savings reported are lies. Some of them are real numbers, but they are not things that Doge has done. They're from contracts canceled up to 10 years ago. There was $1 amount that he claimed, which was actually just a much smaller dollar amount recorded 3 times in a row to make it seem larger. And according to Politico, counting contracts that had not yet been awarded, and counting purchase agreements that have no record of being canceled but were instead stripped of DEI, contract savings identified by Doge that do not match with the records they refer to in the Federal Procurement Data System, and contracts where the underlying document is for an entirely different contract. He even claimed he cut $8 billion from ICE, when it was really, he cut $8 million from ICE. A little bit of a difference there. And considering that ICE's budget is about $8 billion, there's no way he could have cut that much because the entire department would be gone. And even before we had the proof of the lies being told by the Doge department, Americans, by and large, were not thrilled that someone they didn't elect was out here gutting the government.
But he is always fraud abuse. Executive who can appoint whoever he can appoint you.
I thought it was your job. It is your job.
Elon Musk and the president have agreed that if there is any potential conflict of interest,
it is your job.
And it's clear here today that some people don't believe that would happen.
It is your job.
In the next election, to elect someone that you believe.
We didn't elect Elon. Remember your oath. You don't represent us. You represent Elon Musk. You're a violation of your oath, sir.
You see, not every single American is as stupid as Elon Musk and Donald Trump think they are. Because even Republican voters are able to tell what's up and when they're being lied to.
I'm a registered Republican voter and retired active Army officer. How can you tell me that Doge, with some college whiz kids from a computer terminal in Washington, D.C., without even getting out into the field, after about a week or maybe 2, has determined that it's okay to cut veterans' benefits?
I think a couple things. Let me give you an example. Did you know that the VA was in charge of payments for illegals for housing? Basically, the VA.
No, I'd like for you to send me. Could you send me that reference so I could research that? Because no, I'm not aware of that. And I would tell you that that's a red herring, a false flag. If you're throwing that kind of political stuff up, trying to cut veterans' benefits, that's very alarming to me.
Turns out you can't just lie every single time to every single Republican voter and expect them to just accept it because they know what's up. I mean, Elon is fumbling the ball so bad that even Fox News is talking about the negative impacts of what Doge is doing.
I spent 10 years in the federal government. Most of the people I worked with at the CIA or the State Department were hardworking, patriotic, dedicated Americans. These federal workers aren't just in Washington, they're around the country. We had 1,000 Veterans Affairs employees fired by Doge in the last few weeks, including some that manned the suicide hotline for veterans. We had FAA safety officers mistakenly fired and people that work on avian flu. The reason our eggs are so expensive is because of bird flu. So moving fast and making public service employees feel like the enemy and make it seem like it's something that's dishonorable is very difficult for people across the country. And that's why you see people in red states and red districts going to town halls with their members and saying, I have honorably served my country for 20 years, and I got fired for no reason by Elon Musk, who, by the way, makes millions and millions of dollars from the federal government himself. And he's firing people who make $50,000 a year for no reason.
That was on Fox News. Fox News, you gotta fumble bad as Trump's bestie for Fox News to call you out for doing a bad job. But Musk keeps tweeting that Americans love Doge because it's slashing from the parasite class, and they're not a member of the parasite class. What is the parasite class? Is it the multi-billion-dollar people? No. It's the people on government assistance, food stamps, Medicaid, the like.
That says that Americans love Doge because watching Trump slash federal programs knowing it doesn't affect you because you're not a member of the parasite class.
Without objection.
Mr. Chairman, is the mom who just gave birth and is on Medicaid a parasite?
I don't believe you mean that seriously, because you, as my neighbor living in the broader region of West Texas and eastern New Mexico, know better than to think I would ever refer to a fellow American as a parasite.
Exactly. And that's why we cannot stand when the person who is behind some of these cuts believes that those who rely on federal programs are parasites.
There are politicians, lawmakers who are standing behind Elon Musk because they're afraid to oppose him, and they stand to benefit from what he's doing because they're super rich and they take buy-offs from other rich people. But the majority of Americans, everyday citizens, blue and red, don't like it. They don't like him. They don't approve of him. They don't like what he's doing. They don't like the cuts that he's making. And the people that did believe in him and are now being affected by these cuts that he's making are also starting to see the truth for what it is. They thought, something leopards eating face, but they thought, oh, well, that won't happen to me. I'm not a criminal. I'm not an illegal immigrant. And now they're realizing, oh, you're coming after me too? But I thought you were just hating along with me. No, baby. You're poor. He hates you too because you're poor. Now, if you read the comments on any Twitter post, which has just become a cesspool, by the way, just remember, when it seems like there's a lot of Elon and Trump supporters out there, even on Instagram, TikTok, at least half of those comments are just bots meant to make you engage so that it ups engagement. They're not even real people. They're bots, or they're 12-year-olds stirring stuff on the internet. Most American adults, over 50%, well over 50%, do not approve of Doge and Elon Musk. So don't let social media traps make you feel like everyone supports him and everyone's stupid. They're not. It's supposed to make you feel that way. Don't fall for it. Most people, if you go out and talk to them in the real world, don't like Elon Musk and they don't approve of him. And we are not alone in feeling that way.